In this video, we're going to talk about special pairs of angles. These are just angles that are going to come up time and time again, so it's important to know them and to be familiar with the terms. Okay, the first special pair of angles we're going to talk about are complementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles whose measure have a sum of 80 degrees, right? So in this example, the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B, that is 90 degrees. Okay, now A and B are what? A and B are complementary angles. Another way of saying that is that A is a complement of B. Another way to think about complementary angles, if you ever see some angles, two angles that are in a right angle, so like this, and then if you have something that's bisecting them, that angle 1 and angle 2 would also be complementary because they're within a right angle, right? They're going to add up to 9. Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures have a sum of 180 degrees. So in this case, I've got these angle X is 110 and angle Y is 70. So the measure of angle X plus the measure of angle Y is equal to 180, which means that X and Y are supplementary angles. Or you would say X is a supplement of Y. Just like above, we talked about complementary angles being in a right angle. Supplementary angles are found in a straight angle, any straight angle. So if I were to have something like this and have a ray pointing out like that, angles 1 and 2, or maybe we'll say 3 and 4 since we used 1 above. Angles 3 and 4, since they're on the same line, are supplementary angles. Okay, so let's talk vertical angles. Complementary angles, 90. Supplementary angles, 180. Very important that you remember that. Probably get it mixed up. They sound a lot alike. Okay, vertical angles are formed when two lines intersect. Okay, so two lines, they're straight, right? They aren't bent or curved or in any way. These are two straight lines that are intersecting. So in this case, it's the angles opposite each other are vertical angles. 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and 2 and 4 are vertical angles. Now, vertical angles they have a special property. And we just talked about something cool with supplementary angles, right? If two angles are on the same line, then they're supplementary. So in this case, 1 and 2 are supplementary, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 1 and 4. Let's do just a quick proof. It won't be rigorous, but it'll be good, I think. So if 1 and 2 are supplementary, then the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is equal to 180, right? Because they're supplementary. In the same way, the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 is 180. All right, maybe you can see something here. What if I did a little bit of elimination, right? Some algebra here. And I subtracted this second equation from the first equation. Okay, well, what would happen? I would end up with 1, measure of angle 1. That's not going anywhere because I don't have anything. Measure of angle 2 minus measure of angle 2, that will cancel out. 180 minus 180, that will cancel out. So then I would get the measure of angle 1 minus the measure of angle 3 equal to 0. Add angle 3 to both sides. The measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 3. Or another way to say that, as we've talked about earlier, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So then, based on that quick proof, it's not super rigorous, but a quick proof, vertical angles are congruent. They're always congruent. You're going to use that a lot. But keep that in your mind. Vertical angles, they are congruent. Okay, so those are your 3 types of angles. Complementary angles add up to 90, found in right angles. Supplementary angles add up to 180. They're found in straight angles. And vertical angles are angles across from each other, formed by 2 straight lines that are congruent to one another.